Job service management. So if you're using job and service management, what it does is when you're using items on a job or in service management on a service order, it brings that supply and demand in to where you see that, the ins and outs with all the other items, supply and demand. We'll see that in a second. So when we talk specifically about job management, there was a request to have more sophisticated work in progress to be able to control that to a greater level. That's a little easier than the old way. And so what we have here is we have your WIP methods you're able to set up. So instead of them being predefined, they're setup screens. So this is set up by the users. You can set your own WIP methods up, and so there's just tons of freedom and flexibility you have at creating your own WIP methods to manage your jobs. And each job can have a separate WIP method associated with it, so you can specify them on a per job period basis. In addition, we have a WIP cockpit, and so when you're running WIP and you're calculating it, it's a great place to see all of your information in one place, so that you know what's happening in details, what's going on with your job, and you can better manage that and control that. Job and service execution. We talked about this briefly. What this gives you is now you can see demands from jobs and service orders in order planning, order tracking, and requisition worksheets. And for example, what we have here is this is called item availability by event. This is a great new screen where you can see on an item-by-item basis, and you can see you can also segment it by variant and location, and you can see it by event. So for an item, you can see all the different demand and supply per day, week, month, etc. per that. So in this case, we're looking at item number LS-10PC. We're seeing that on Wednesday there's a purchase for that, as well as a job order that's going to take 100 out of inventory. So you can see in item, it'll show you all the supply and demand backed up for that item through time. As well as we have another, so this is our demand. This is one of our order planning demand sheets, and you can just see that it's showing all the job demand in there as well. And again, this will bring service, supply, and demand in there as well.